Welcome back to Google Cloud Next 26. We are streaming live here in Las Vegas. I'm Alison Kosik alongside Rebecca Knight, and we're about to talk about a really long partnership, which is really important in this space.
Well, what's so clear at Google Cloud Next is just how strong the partner ecosystem is here, so it's really exciting for our next guest.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we've got Dana Kantor. She's a vendor and tech optimization with Inspira Financial. Welcome to theCUBE. And Shashank Verma, the Senior Vice President of Customer Service Transformation Lead at EXL. Welcome to theCUBE.
Thank you for
first I
having
want to
us.
hear about what your companies each do, and then I want to hear about this long-standing partnership, how long it's been going on, and really what's been the driver for that. Dana, you first.
Sure. So at Inspira,
excuse me.
Oh, no problem. At Inspira, we have a unique product set where we are financial services with handling both health benefits and retirement services. Typically you'll see companies really separate those two, but think of HSAs, FSAs, as well as rollover 401ks. That's what we focus on.
Yeah. And your company?
Yes, so we are a data and an AI company. We help transform our clients' businesses. We understand domain really well, so we are able to bring our data expertise, our domain expertise, and our AI expertise to drive transformation results and outcomes for our clients.
And so you both have been in a partnership for how long, and Dana, you can go first, for how long, and what do you think has been the main driver that's kept that partnership going?
Yeah, so the partnership between EXL and Inspira started with some outsourced staffing. We worked with the BPO side of their business for the last 13 plus years, and having support for our contact center. And there's a really, really deep understanding of our customer needs on a day-to-day basis, which as we work toward our transformation has been a critical reason that we chose to continue with Shashank's side of the business.
So, you sit at a very unique place, as you said, in terms of health, wealth, retirement, and benefits. How has that shaped the way Inspira views the customer experience?
Yeah, so when we think about that, these are really personal choices that people are making every day. And so typically these are benefits provided most often from a corporate environment. So your employer is providing who you're going to work with. But it's really important for us to support each of our account holders, right? And these are things that people aren't always really comfortable with. They're life cycle events. They're trying to pay for healthcare. They're planning for their futures. And so we're always focused on providing, better health, greater wealth, and supporting our account holders that way.
How do you ensure consistency of experience across diverse products that she's talking about and customer touch points?
So having worked with Inspira for so long time, right, we are practically an extension of their team, right? So we understand every customer journey, all the nuances that it brings, and all the touch points with regards to the customers. And given that we are a data company, we use all those customer insights to learn what the customers are really expecting, wherever there's friction in the journeys, how you can reduce those friction, learning from all those customer interactions, and using all that massive data intelligence that Inspira is sitting at to improve customer experience for them.
So a lot of companies talk about CX, but in Inspira, it really sounds like a connective tissue. So when that experience isn't seamless, when there are those friction points, what tends to break down first, at least from the customer's perspective?
Do you want to go first?
Go ahead.
So usually the customers can call up for anything and whatever that they need. Largely, what we've seen, and that's a journey, and that's what we've been driving with Inspira as well. When they're calling for certain reasons, what we are trying to do is provide them the resolution on that first call itself. Don't have so many handoffs, and they don't have to call us back for following up on all of those interactions and whatever reasons that they're calling up for. So that's the single biggest thing that we're trying to solve, is provide resolutions to the customer as quickly as possible, and on that phone call itself when they're reaching out in terms when they need help. So that is the single biggest driver that we are using over there. And what we're really doing with Inspira is we're using AI to learn from all the historical interactions that Inspira has been having with their customers, really knowing what are the reasons or the intents customers are reaching out for, building those customer journeys, removing friction, because what we don't want to do is just automate a broken journey. So we're trying to reduce and minimize all those friction points for the customers and building those sound journeys for them.
Yeah, I would say it's been really incredible to unlock some of the insights, and I think we have a lot of ideas of what we think is wrong and what we think matters to our customers and account holders, but they've been able to show us the actual reasons and allow for us to not just make small improvements, but really shape a true transformation.
So give us some examples of the customer and what you thought was the problem, but what in fact was going on. Because as you said at the outset, these are really personal, intimate moments in someone's lives. They're planning for retirement, they're thinking about their health.
Yeah, so I think it's really, if you think back, basing on contact center, right? We have, a reason marked in a system of why someone called. But when you think about the surface reason, that is what they needed help, but there's always an underlying. So maybe you needed your account balance, but why did you need your account balance? We want to understand, what are you dealing with? What are you planning for? And how can we best support that?
Where are you seeing the biggest impact so far? Is it with customer outcomes, efficiency, innovation?
I think what's been exciting is that we can make changes at a rapid rate, and even though we're piecing it together, it's not waiting 2 years. It's, okay, we've learned this, let's make that change now and continue on the journey.
Yeah.
So I think knowing Inspira that well, I think the foundation is not cost. The foundation really is to improve customer experience and helping customers at the times of need. But while you're doing that, what is also happening is you're making the business a lot more efficient, and that's where a bit of efficiency comes in. But truly they want to build a foundation with the customers that the growth is fostered on providing best experience to the customers, and that is the core foundation on which Inspira is thinking of expanding their business. So that's really important.
Yeah.
How much of the challenges are you seeing are about the systems and the data and the technology versus the humans who have to do the work and align teams in new ways of working together?
So I think it's a combination of all of those, right? And now, given the technology that exists, that using your own historical data, you can understand so much about your customers, which used to take months and years to understand. I think it's a combination of a number of things, right? One, how well you understand your customer journeys and use AI for low and medium complexity interactions that AI can provide resolution 24/7 to the customers right there on the first contact. Right? For more complex interactions which needs a higher level of human decision-making, empathy, that is where the interaction seamlessly gets transferred to the human agents, but we use AI real time to assist these agents, so that they don't have to look for information in 10 different places. You're learning from your best agents, you're learning from your historical interactions to provide the next best actions as real-time nudges, so that the agents are well equipped to provide the best experience and the resolution to the customers. And while you're doing that, obviously the core foundation is underlying data. And in my 25 years of experience in working on this, I have not come across any company that says all my data is in order. So there is tremendous opportunity of organizing your data better and learning from all your data that exists. And that's what we have been able to try to do with Inspira really well.
Are there specific metrics or measurements or signals that you see that tell you that this transformation is just working?
There's a lot of different metrics we could use to evaluate that, but certainly understanding the different insights and the top drivers are really important. And then of course, reducing certain types of tasks that are manual, right? So there's a lot of opportunity there, as Shashank was saying, where we can, adjust our workflows and really automate tasks and make sure that the human element is focused on, value add rather than small tasks.
Well, I'm interested to hear, Dana, and also from you, Shashank, is what has changed as you've made progress from the customer's experience in terms of how they experience Inspira, as well as the workers who, as you said, are working alongside AI. They now have the context in front of them, and they are maybe perhaps more empowered to make decisions.
Absolutely. So I can start and then you can add in. So I actually think when you think about insights and business metrics, right, there are really three important ways in which we are measuring this. All metrics related to customers, right? So, and this could be, average handle time used to be relevant in the past, it's not relevant anymore, right? It's not about the average handle time, it's more about the experience and the resolution. And that's what we're measuring, right? So are you able to provide the best resolution in the quickest possible manner? The customers don't have to call you back multiple times for the same reason, making sure it's done, right? The customer sentiment, NPS and CSAT, now you can get all of that real time. And your historical data can tell you that very, very effectively. The second aspect is the agent behavior, right? In contact centers, when you're taking hundreds of phone calls every single day, it's not an easy job. And making their lives easier so that they don't have to focus and worry about finding information from different systems and putting you on hold and getting you the right answers, but equipping them in that moment to provide the best answers. So the agent experience is equally important. You make it easier for them, they'll be able to provide a much better experience for their customers. So we're tracking a lot of metrics around that, and clearly we've seen a big tick in the agent experience getting better with all of this AI assistance available being real time. And then it's all around the operational health and effectiveness and bringing all those insights to the business leaders so that they can make the right decisions for their business real time and do the right thing for their customers.
Dana, what are your priorities coming up, let's say in the next 6 to 12 months?
So much work to do.
Stressing you out.
Yes, absolutely. I think over the next 6 to 12 months, we'll continue down the path of...
The exhibition hall is now closed.
Little interruption announcement. We go to closing time on this show. We don't stop.
The exhibition hall.
He'll stop talking and then the microphone can pick it up. Feel free to continue.
Okay.
So 6 to 12 months, what are those priorities?
Sorry.
That's okay. I know it's jarring.
Sorry. I really lost my train of thought there.
You know what? Let me talk with you about it. That do you plan ahead when you have this kind of partnership, especially a long-standing partnership? I mean, the things that that maybe she doesn't know that you may be thinking about already.
So, see, I understand. Just like any other business, the business leaders at Inspira are very, very demanding, right? So obviously Dana and her team have got, gone are those days where you can wait for 9 months, 12 months, 18 months to show value. Yeah. So the way Inspira and EXL are driving this together, there are small, quick sprints. These are like 8 or 12-week sprints, and every sprint we're able to show, small steps and small value to the business, and that keeps going, and you can scale all of this up really, really fast and add value to the business. So that's how we really, trying to start with the low-hanging fruits and the easiest interactions, so the low to medium complexity interactions, automating a lot of those, but also assisting the human agents, making their lives easier, as I said, to drive a lot of this for their business.
Because it makes them more engaged, more productive, have a higher job satisfaction, and then therefore the company benefits because they have lower turnover. As we know, these are high burnout jobs, as you pointed out.
That's a great point, Rebecca. And another thing where we can really use AI is, by helping the agents, not doing a broad brush when it comes to training and coaching them. Now you can have insights where you can identify personalized coaching and training needs and development needs for those agents to drive continuous improvement for the business. So those are the kinds of initiatives that we've lined up for Inspira to drive for their business.
Such a great conversation. Thanks so much for coming on theCUBE today.
Thank you so much.
And you've been watching theCUBE, the live technology coverage that you want to watch. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.